Trump does complain a bit to people about how Musk is around a lot. It's a fraught relationship, or has potential for becoming more so.
Well, I think we all saw this one coming. It looks like Donald Trump and Elon Musk's relationship is already hitting the rocks. According to new reports, Trump's been going around complaining about his first buddy Musk behind closed doors, and these private conversations are now coming to light. Yep, the guy who's been staying just a few hundred feet away from Trump at Mar-a-Lago is now the target of Trump's signature whining. And part of the reason for this, by the way, is because of the way that you have been trolling Trump. I'll explain that and break down this whole mess. My name is Brett Meiselas, here with the MeidasTouch Network. Remember to hit subscribe. Help us get to 4 million subscribers. So I'm sure you all know New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman. She knows what's going on with Trump at all times, probably more than just about anybody. So Maggie was on Kara Swisher's podcast called On with Kara Swisher this week, and she revealed that Trump, in private conversations, has been venting to people about Musk. Why? Well, apparently Musk is always around, and it's starting to get under Trump's famously thin skin. Plus, Trump is getting annoyed by the fact that many people are saying that Elon is actually running the show. The memes and comments about President Musk are apparently driving Trump absolutely nuts. Haberman revealed to Swisher on the podcast that, quote, Trump does complain a bit to people about how Musk is around a lot. Here's a clip of that.
He's also, as you said, dealing with a MAGA civil war between the nativists like Steve Bannon and Laura Loomer and billionaires like Elon Musk and I suppose David Sachs to a lesser extent. So far, they're winning, the tech pros. And it's incredible that your world and my world are now the same, which we never thought would happen.
It was always bound that everything would be flat and the same.
I know, yes. Exactly. So we talk about the latest squabble. And were you surprised by the ascendance of Elon?
I was not, because Elon Musk has an enormous amount of money that he put to use helping Trump. Trump equates wealth with intelligence. So this hasn't surprised me at all. How long it lasts, I think, is the open question. A longtime Trump friend said something to me recently about how, Trump is a one-ring circus. I'm not sure that Musk has figured that out yet.
Right.
And, Trump does complain a bit to people about how Musk is around a lot. Privately, Musk, Jonathan Swan and I reported recently with Ryan Mack that Musk has been staying at this cottage at Mar-a-Lago that rents typically for more than $2,000 a night. So he really parked himself in Trump's face. But what that looks like, Kara, when Trump becomes president, I don't know. I mean, Musk is leading this government cost-cutting initiative, DOGE, and it's not novel to have a government, cost-cutting panel. Some of them work and some of them don't. And so let's see what this looks like when the transition, which is currently based in Palm Beach, moves to D.C. for the inauguration.
Will he move into the Lincoln bedroom, for example?
I don't think he will move into the Lincoln bedroom, but I do think that at the moment, and again, we'll see what this looks like, I think he's going to try to have as much proximity to Trump as possible. That requires, being given an office on the White House campus, either in the Eisenhower Executive Office building, which is adjacent to the White House, or the West Wing proper. And let's see whether that happens.
So just think about this for a second. Elon Musk is bothering Trump so much that Trump is sharing how annoyed he is with people in his inner circle, and now that's gotten back to Maggie Haberman. And it almost seems like Musk is playing games with Trump because he knows that in many ways he owns Trump because of how much money he put into helping Trump's campaign. On Kara Swisher's podcast, Haberman spoke about how Musk seems willing to irritate Trump more than others in his inner circle. It seems that Musk does think he has power over him due to his money and his relationships with many people in Trump's orbit. Haberman described the Elon-Trump relationship as, quote, fraught, and speculated that things are going to get tougher for Musk once Trump is actually in the White House. Listen to this.
Let's get into Elon, which sometimes I call him Elonia. Many people do. Some people are saying. Also, President Musk, which people are doing largely, to annoy Trump. And I think it is annoying to Trump. As you've reported, Elon is effectively living at Mar-a-Lago and sitting in on meetings, including one Trump had with Jeff Bezos. I think he showed up like a bad penny for Bezos. I saw his face.
Yeah, although if Trump didn't want him there, Trump would have told him not
correct.
to come.
That is correct, but he did. Obviously wanted to unsettle Bezos. He unleashed a tweet storm that roughly 100 posts to help defeat the original bipartisan deal Speaker Johnson had made to keep the government funded. Trump accidentally posted what seemed to be meant to be a private DM saying how much he missed him.
That was odd.
That was odd.
That message, yeah.
Talk about this. It was sort of that, speaking of thirsty. Talk about this relationship. I have noted that I suspect it will go awry at some point, but they're very much alike in some ways, too. Mm-hmm. How do you look at this relationship, especially because he's now helping defeat a spending bill? They are using the term President Musk a lot. They seem annoyed by him. So talk a little bit about what's developing here.
It's complicated because, Musk is close to people around Trump. It's been reported that he had some kind of a political spending relationship with Stephen Miller in 2022. He has given a lot of money as a pass-through through a group called Building America's Future, which previously had been connected to Ron DeSantis, but and people who were connected to Ron DeSantis run it. Musk has been a major donor to Trump this campaign cycle, and he's sort of tied into a lot of various areas around Trump, which makes things more complicated. Where do I see it going? Musk seems more willing to irritate Trump than a lot of other people have been, and less concerned about what it might mean. I just continue to believe that once Trump gets to Washington, this is going to change a little bit. I don't anticipate that Musk is going to have an office in the West Wing. I don't even know that he will have what's called a blue pass to wander around. I think it's blue, maybe it's green. But there's a pass you need to...
That you can just walk in.
You just walk in. And I don't... it doesn't mean you can just walk straight into the Oval, but it's pretty close. And Trump also has historically had a really freewheeling office. He did it.
Right.
The Trump Organization, he did in his first term. So I don't think that people really want Musk, running around this way. But what that ends up looking like remains to be seen. Trump keeps people around for a long time,
right?
If they are of use to him, and he almost never totally closes the door on somebody.
Not someone this rich, not someone.
Well, even somebody who's not this rich,
right?
But yes, somebody who's this rich and who is willing to go, to fund primary challenges to lawmakers who might thwart Trump. Musk comes with something that, quote unquote, President Bannon did not, which is a lot of money. And I think that buys him a fair amount of time. But I just think that when Trump goes to Washington and he's not sitting on the patio, when Musk can walk over from Banyan Cottage, where he's been staying, I think it's going to be tougher.
Tougher for Musk.
Tougher for Musk, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's going to completely change. These things are it's like watching shifting sands around Trump. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like this one's up, this one's down, but nobody's ever totally out, and I don't expect Musk will be. But it's a fraught relationship, or has potential for becoming more so. You are correct that they are not dissimilar. Trump usually delegates dealing with unpleasant interpersonal tasks to people around him. I think a bunch of people around him are also struggling with how aggressive Musk can be in their interactions.
Right. No, I've heard from them, oddly enough.
And as I mentioned earlier, all the people calling Elon Musk President Musk are very much getting under Trump's thin skin. All the memes, all the jokes, all the photos, they're really kind of driving Trump crazy. Here's what Maggie Haberman had to say about that.
So when you look at that, is there something a line he could cross? Is Trump bothered by the President Musk thing? He did address it, and he seemed...
Yeah, no, he didn't bring that up because it doesn't bother him.
Yes, exactly.
It definitely bothers him.
The puppet master pictures, etc.
Yeah, I mean, just the President Musk line was always going to be a way to get him. And I mean, Trump's not a wind-up toy, but there certainly are very specific things that can zotz him. And that was one of them.
And if you recall, recently Trump addressed the President Musk comments during a speech in Arizona, saying, and don't worry, I won't play the clips, I'll just tell you what he said, quote, No, he's not taking the presidency. That's not happening. Somebody sounds a little defensive, if I say so myself. And this, by the way, all follows reporting from last month from Mediaite that Trump is, quote, annoyed with Musk. Regarding their relationship, one Trump campaign worker told Mediaite, here's a quote, "There's a Chinese saying, 2 tigers cannot live on one mountaintop." Let's not forget how Musk stirred the pot recently by feuding with Trump's MAGA allies over the H-1B visas. That did not exactly endear him to the hardcore MAGA base. One source told Mediaite, quote, "There was likely an allure to it in the beginning, but it seemed like it could go ugly." Translation, the honeymoon phase is over. Musk may have bought himself a seat at Trump's table, but it's clear that Trump does not want to share the spotlight. And if there's one thing we know about Trump, it's that he always finds a way to turn on even his closest allies, and we're already learning through these private conversations that the cracks in this relationship are already forming. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Make sure you're also subscribed to the MeidasTouch podcast anywhere you get audio podcasts like Apple Podcasts or Spotify. I'll see you next time.
Hey Midas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.